Hello everyone, so welcome to our part 4 of endorsements and appeals in advertisement, and we're going to talk about the use of sex appeal in advertising. Now, sex appeal in advertisement is something that we've been seeing for a very long time, and some countries use it in different countries will use it in different ways. It is important to understand that sex appeal changes from culture to culture, and therefore it has some characteristics that we have to talk. Number one is that sex appeal or using sex in advertisement elicits attention. It gets people's attention very easily. But the main questions that we still don't know, or there's still a lot of discussion, is does it help you to recall the brand being advertised or not? And more important, does it generate a positive effect to the brand or to the service? These 2 points are very under debate still, and there's research going on, but most of the studies are pointing to 2 different points of view, and indeed it points out to many different, I would say, opposite points of view. It points to opposite data. So I think it's quite an interesting point, but we cannot deny one thing, is that sex appeal elicits attention indeed. And finally, the cultural issues, like I mentioned before, there are, what is sexy in one country versus in other countries, it changes drastically. So there's many studies about this, and even, for example, many magazines would have different covers for their fashion magazine, for example. They would have different covers with the same model for different countries, because the definition of what is attractive in one country changes to others.
Underwear, 360 seamless technology.
So here we have another example. Calvin Klein, a very famous brand, and they use sex appeal as a part of their brand, because it's one of what the brand also stands for, is to make you feel better, to make you feel sexy. And therefore, this commercial really shows that perception or that appeal throughout the commercial. I think it's very well made, very tasteful as well. But we cannot deny one thing, is that after tomorrow, you might not remember, you might remember the commercial, but you might not remember what the brand was. Because indeed, the problem with using models that look really good, like in this case, is that sometimes it steals away attention from the brand. Okay, so that's something indeed that can affect the commercial. The other thing is, this is a type of commercial that could not be aired or would not be aired in many countries, because the definition of beauty for those countries would change, and therefore this would not be considered an attractive person, let's say, in different cultures. So to summarize, sex appeal is a very useful tool to have, because it can really generate attention to your advertisements, but it's a dangerous tool as well, and you really need to think, does this tool match what I need to do for my brand? Because if you don't realize this, the sex appeal or the models or the way that you do the commercial can completely steal away what is the intention of your ad, and therefore you end up with a commercial that looks stunning, with stunning people, with beautiful people, but people not remember what the product was, people not remember what the message was, and that's one of the main dangers of these commercials. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below.